So guys, the crypto markets are pumping right now. Today we had the FOMC meeting, which had a lot of, pressure on the markets. And Powell overall talked about pretty much the effects that the tariffs are having. There's a lot of bullish news about Trump speaking at tomorrow's Digital Asset Summit around crypto, which is super bullish. And as a result, the crypto markets are getting super euphoric, even though about 2-3 days ago, everyone was dead. Overall though, I want to walk you guys through these specific events, exactly what's going on, the perspectives that are getting thrown around in the space, and exactly what you should be anticipating in the next few days and few weeks. If you're new to my channel though, go check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey since the beginning of 2023, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated on the day-to-day events, price action around Bitcoin and altcoins indicators, and then overall exactly how you can position yourself. Right now, we have a whole bunch of bullish news coming out with Trump speaking at tomorrow's Digital Asset Summit, the FOMC data that came out today, Powell talking about exactly the tariffs and how it's having an effect, inflation, multiple different things. There's a lot of uncertainty in where we're going to be going, but overall right now there is a lot of bullish price action which you need to be aware of, and we're going to be talking about, and all the news events. So let's go to jump into it and not waste any more time. So guys, like I said, the crypto markets have been pumping in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin has risen all the way to around 86,000 after chilling at around 82,000, around 80,000, which is crazy. It just goes to show the explosiveness that we can see with these assets whenever we see the positive news that we need for these assets. Ethereum also made a decent move whenever we are pretty zoomed out, and we're looking at the weekly chart, so you can't really see the massive move that it had in the day. Even on the daily chart, I'm so zoomed in, but overall guys, it is super bullish. The price action that we're currently seeing, a lot of analysts and crypto traders are talking about these specific zones that we want to see in order for altcoins to really get the liquidity that they need to start running. But there's a lot of news guys that is trending based off of exactly what's going on in the crypto markets, in the markets in general, with the tariffs, and also with the crypto summit that's going to be happening tomorrow. You can see the stories for me and mostly for a lot of you crypto bros. Trump to address the crypto summit and policy update expected tomorrow, so a lot of people are anticipating that. Powell acknowledges the tariffs and the impact on inflation, and then overall the launch of the first Solana ETF in the US. So we have a whole bunch of bullish sentiment and news that is coming out, but you need to kind of be aware of everything that's going on in the price action to really understand where we're going to be going in the next few days, just because, like how I said, in a whim everything can really change. But overall you can see exactly everyone's perspective on the markets and a lot of the different things that are going on. But the biggest thing that is going to be happening, which is tomorrow on the 20th, is Trump pretty much going to the crypto summit and addressing everything with the policy and exactly his anticipation with crypto. Overall, the last little updated post from pretty much the feed from X goes on to say President Donald Trump is scheduled to speak at the Digital Asset Summit in New York City on March 20th, 2025, which is tomorrow, more than likely by the time you're watching this video. This will be a historic event as it marks the first time a sitting U.S. president has addressed a conference focused on cryptocurrencies. Reports also indicate that Trump might announce details regarding U.S. policy on cryptocurrencies, although specific details of the speech remain undisclosed. And at the end of the day, guys, we recently saw an event like this with the crypto summit with Trump speaking, and at the end of the day, it didn't really have an effect on the markets. Now, this is a little bit different. We are seeing a lot of price action return. A lot of big buying is taking place, which is why, we see all this happen right before the huge events. But I think you need to be, understanding both sides of the spectrum. It could be having a huge effect. Also, it could not have a huge effect. But overall, everyone's super bullish on this and pretty much what's going to be anticipating. Some people talk about exactly, what that major update's going to be, if Trump's going to be purchasing a ton of Bitcoin or a ton of Ethereum. We've been already seeing him make these actions, but this is what you should be anticipating tomorrow and exactly how it's going to have an effect on the crypto markets. Overall, CryptoCon is another great account that we keep up with in terms of, seeing the progression of the markets and exactly where we're going to be going. And we've been correlating the markets with the S&P, guys, because more than likely the S&P is in the dumps, Bitcoin is going to be in the dumps, and as a result altcoins are going to be in the dumps. So right now CryptoCon has been talking about the SPX quarter cent cycles theory and exactly this chart and where we're currently at, and more than likely where we're going to be heading in the next few weeks. Overall, he says it's been a long time coming, but with everyone's current obsession with the macro, I've decided to explore the S&P 500 cycles during the past 100 years. I'm calling it the quarter cent cycles theory because of the 25-year long cycles in between pauses. And if you guys aren't where CryptoCon kind of creates these theories based off of, you know, the Bitcoin halvings, multiple different things. And it's really cool to see exactly the trajectory of the markets and how it correlates to his theories. Overall, he goes on to say, there have been many times that have been deemed as a recession, but I see that the true market pauses at the Great Depression in the 30s, between 66 and 77, and the 2000s dot-com crash to the 2008 housing market crash. In between these approximately 9-year pauses are 5 different highs which come at certain intervals after the dawn, which is the final and most devastating correction that begins the next 25-year run. They are listed by how many years they come from the dawn. 6-year top red, and you can see pretty much based off of this chart and the trajectory of these years. And I don't want you guys to get too pretty much caught up into this. At the end of the day, what does this mean for now? He says, if the cycles theory is correct, we have just hit our 15-year high in December of 2024. The good news is that previous 15-year high corrections, 57 and 84, only lasted a couple of months. By that time frame, it could be over soon. It is typical for corresponding highs to act similarly. The next topping point to watch out for beyond our current is in late 2028. The next market pause, according to the 25-year cycle, could be between 2034 and 2043. So this is super in the future, but giving you a perception as to how the markets, you know, are affected, how they correspond to previous times, and exactly the corrections that we see. He goes on to say, a serious correction seems unlikely for quite a while. And at the end of the day, guys, we need to be keeping up with exactly the price action around the markets, exactly, you know, indicators, and exactly where we're going to be going. I think a lot of people can get invalidated pretty much based off of exactly, you know, what they're seeing on a macro lens from huge events like, you know, the crypto summit, and exactly other things like, you know, the tariffs that are having a huge effect, and more news like pretty much the Solana ETF. But swiping everything to the side, guys, this is where you got to have your perspective on the markets and exactly what you think is going to be happening. A lot of people are rumoring that altcoin season is already going to be happening at the end of March, moving into April. And, you know, everyone is, you know, in mixed opinions as to what's going to be happening. This is where I think you need to be keeping up with the, you know, day-to-day price action around specific assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, also key indicators like Bitcoin dominance, USDT dominance as well, and then overall the news events that are happening and how they're going to have an effect on the market. On this YouTube channel, I try to do my best to keep you guys updated with all this information, and I know it's a ton, but you need to be able to navigate throughout it, understand what it's going to mean for the markets, and then sit back and wait and see exactly what's going to be happening. From there, you can really start to attack the market based off of the aftermath and exactly what happens. But if you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey since the beginning of 2023, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated on the day-to-day events, price action around Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else in between. If you guys have any questions or suggestions about anything in the crypto markets, drop it down below. I like to hear everyone's perspective on the markets and exactly where you're at on the journey. But I'm gonna keep you guys updated on the day-to-day events and exactly what you need to know. You should really be looking at your crypto portfolio, altcoins that are really down in the dumps, and exactly those crazy X potentials that you could be seeing. I made some recent videos that you should really go check out about a few assets that I'm really, you know, keen on. One of the main reasons why a lot of people are going to be felling in the markets. But stay tuned. I drop day-to-day content, so hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. Peace.